What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 52, season 4 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad Talks, and joining me, as always, is a man who is not on Team SmackDown, but is always on Team Chad. Right along with me is Jmack Gaming.
I have not once let the records show right now, here, live, episode 52 of season 4, that I have never been a part of Team Chad. Never. Not once in my life. Ever.
That hurts my feelings. That hurts my feelings, quite frankly.
Does it?
Yeah.
Suck it up. We got a big fucking show ahead of us, Chad.
We do.
A big show. And we're here live in San Diego, California at the San Diego Sports Arena for Survivor Series 2002. One of the big four in the WWE pay-per-view grand scheme of things. And look, this pay-per-view tonight is no different. We are packed to the gills with big matches. Chad, would you like to go over the last few years of the Survivor Series? In 1999, we saw DX beat Angle and Austin. We saw Stasiak beat Owen Hart. We saw, oh my God, Assmen. I forgot that tag team.
The Assmen?
Was that Billy Gunn and Steve Blackman? Of course. Edge and JBL defeated Jeff Jarrett and Paul White. That's sick. Jushin and Ultimo. Okay. Roadkill defeating Mosh number 2.
Nice.
But our co-main event of Team TNA defeating Team WCW of Test, Joey Matthews, Sultan Tyson, and PJ Black defeating Booker T, Big Boss Man, Scott Norton, Bam Bam, and Ron Killings in our main event. It was Eddie Guerrero, Team SmackDown versus Team Raw. Was it Team? No, it was Eddie versus Rock. That's what it was.
Rock was in a WWF Championship match at that point, too.
Yeah, you're right. 2000. That was 3 years ago at this point, Chad. Because last year he lost to Paul White on Survivor Series in Dallas, Texas. We also saw Psychosis defeat Dean Malenko. That was Psychosis' first ever match here. Brock Lesnar defeating Dr. Wagner Jr. And SmackDown, Edge, Del Santo, Eddie Guerrero, Latin Lover, and The Undertaker defeating Christian Cage, Mark Henry, Steve Austin, Kane, and Kurt Angle. The first ever Raw vs. SmackDown, where SmackDown won the first one last year. Chad, or 2 years ago. Wow, that Rock pay-per-view. Rock Eddie was 4 years ago now, Chad.
That was wild.
No, that's 3 years ago. I can't do math. 2 years ago, or last year. Fuck, I'm stupid.
So last year.
John Cena defeating PJ Black, Alex Wright defeating Kishi, Brock Lesnar defeating Austin in the co-main, and Team SmackDown once again defeating Raw when Jeff Jarrett, Paul White, Mick Foley, Scott Steiner, and Latin Lover defeated Orton, Liger, Muto, Rock, and Stasiak. What a stacked fucking main that was.
A 4-match pay-per-view?
No, it was Triple H, Kurt Angle was there. La Resistance defeated Edge and Christian. Rene Dupree defeated Booker T. And Kana defeated Aja Kong to retain the belt.
True.
Chad also defeated Daniels. Second City States defeated the Bashams. And we opened with Masawa and Kid Cash.
Oh, yeah.
But tonight, Team Raw, led by Booker T, takes on Team SmackDown, led by John Cena. We also see Randy Orton, the self-proclaimed king of future of WWE, taking on the tag team champion of the world, the Canadian sensation Edge. We also see Kurt Angle getting some of vengeance against Shane McMahon. And on SmackDown, all the belts are on the line. The WWE and SmackDown Tag Team Championships, when it's the final bosses, Masawa, Hashimoto, and Kojima, taking on Double J Records, Jeff Jarrett, Chris Daniels, Scotty 2 Hotty, and the family, Stevie Richards, Chris Harris, and Chris Hero. Chad, what match are you most excited about?
Oh, I mean, listen, I am stoked for the triple threat 3-way tag match. Like, I am so hoping Jarrett takes it. Like, come on. I want Double J Records. Give them their gold.
All right.
I've seen them. I want to see them go platinum, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay, Chad. You are 41-32 going into the 11th pay-per-view of the year. You gotta have a good show to maintain a possibility of finishing above 500 at 2002 and getting yourself a special prize.
Oh, what's the special prize?
You have to fucking find out, Chad. What would I tell you?
Fair enough.
Let's get into it, Chad. We got a lot to get through. We start off hot and heavy, though, on the pre-show. Our rematch from Monday Night Raw, where it's Scott Steiner taking on Fig. And once again, Scott Steiner defeats Fig. This time, Chyna was out ringside as well, Chad.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's big. And what was her reaction to Steiner beating her man Fig?
Happy, to be honest with you, Chad.
Of course.
Scott Steiner hits the Steiner screwdriver on Fig. And then after the match, he carries Chyna away on his big arm. And Fig is left in the middle of the ring in a puddle of tears. He just watched his girlfriend go away with her ex. Don't worry, babe. He's nothing to me. He's nothing. That's what just happened. You don't need to worry about him, Fig. Scott Steiner, the big bad booty daddy. Just Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
That's on you, Fig. Do you feel bad for Fig?
No, not at all. I mean, not even in the slightest.
Okay.
I may be a rat, but he's a rat bastard.
Oh. Pre-show battle royal for the belt. The pre-show belt. And JBL defends the pre-show championship, eliminating La Parka last. We also see Rob Conway and Nick Gage in the Final Four. Chad, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about JBL being the longest reigning pre-show champion?
Hey, you know what? I think he does call himself a wrestling god, so, you know.
All right. Well, Chad, we're in San Diego right now, and all the stars are out, including a man that just put out a movie called 50 First Dates, I think, right? Yeah, he's in that movie, correct?
He is, yeah.
Yeah. Adam Sandler's here.
Nice.
And he says, welcome. He's a former guest host of SummerSlam, and he's happy to be here. And someone is not happy to see him tonight, Chad. Someone is mad that, look, another celebrity taking a spot away from one of the guys in the back, and that's Chad Collier.
Oh, wow, look at that. You know, when I found out they had when I was told the world's greatest comedian was backstage at Survivor Series, I'm not going to lie to you, man. I thought it was Jack Black. But you? Another celebrity here to take old Chad Collier's spot. Well, let me tell you something, Sandman. All right, let me tell you something. The only thing worse than Waterboy, the only thing worse than Billy Madison, the only thing worse than 50 First Dates is Adam Sandler himself. Get out of here. No one cares about you.
The fans boo, and Adam Sandler laughs, and, he says, if I wasn't on a strict contract, because I'm about to star in another feature film, about to get my bag, unlike you. What's your name?
My name is Chad Collier, Adam Sandler.
See, people. See, people don't need to ask me what my name is. They already know. And I met someone backstage, and I think you'd be perfect to fight him. What do you say, Chad Collier? Because I can't wrestle. What are you saying, Chad?
Listen, if you're going to be too big of a pansy to fight me yourself, Sandman, then I'll wrestle anybody you got back there. I'm not afraid of anybody.
Adam Sandler brings out his musician friend, someone he met in L.A. at a show prior to this show, lead singer of The Lowdown. It's D'Lo Brown. What's funny about that, Chad?
Hell yeah.
And Chad beats his ass out of...
Good. Damn right I do.
And that's the end of the pre-show. We go to commercial. We see the big well, not the commercial, big boom, welcome to Survivor Series. And this is, dude, we got jam-packed. I didn't even go over Alex Wright and Orlando Jordan tonight, Chad.
Hell yeah, you kidding me?
I haven't gone over.
First, you had the fastest rising star, Orlando Jordan.
I haven't gone over Latin Lover and Mystico taking on El Hijo del Santo and Chavo Guerrero Jr. I haven't gone over.
Presidente.
I haven't gone over Team Lita versus Team Toshi, the first ever time a women's Survivor Series match will happen. I haven't gone over a lot of stuff. You're just going to have to get into it. But this is a huge show. Chad, Detroit's pick is in right now. Sorry, the NHL draft is on right now. But we can get into the... Well, you want Quentin Musty. I'm kind of thinking right now it's going to be Zachary Benson.
Interesting.
Or I want Colby Barlow, the kid from Owen Sound that can he's a pure goal scorer. 46 goals last year in about 60-something games. And they picked Nate Danielson. I'll go fuck myself. Why? We don't need another center, Iserman! All right, let's get into the show. Our opening match tonight, Chad, is Randy Orton and Edge. We get a little recap of... the rivalry between Randy Orton and the entire Oos clan of the United Canadian Empire, led by Edge and Chris Jericho. We saw Randy Orton defeat Jericho last month at Judgment Day. We saw Randy Orton take out Teddy Hart a couple weeks ago. He beat Christian. Edge last week beat Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is not here tonight, Chad. Mike Tyson is hurt. He's not in the building. It's Randy Orton and Edge tonight, Chad. Chad, for the first prediction of the night, who do you got?
I got Randy Orton.
Chad will go Randy Orton. And in an exceptional match, Randy Orton ducks out of the way of the missile drop kick, gets back in the ring, hits a fucking scoop slam RKO punt kick.
Hit him with a kick of his own.
And got the job done. My friend just texted me about Danielson getting picked. Dude looks like a Twitch streamer. We move up fucking, and Alex Wright. Randy Orton grabs the microphone afterwards. He says, "Look, the results speak for themselves. Once again, I am here and live on pay-per-view in front of 16,000 people. Victorious. I have said it once and I'll say it again. I am the self-proclaimed future of the I guess I don't have to say self-proclaimed every time. I am the future of the WWE. Alex Wright, or if you somehow lose to Orlando Jordan, your time is up. I'm coming for that WWE Championship." Randy Orton calling his shot here, Chad. Look, he's been on a massive roll, beating guys left and right in the pay-per-view. Christian, Teddy, Jericho, Edge.
Oh, yeah. Listen,
he beat Lesnar at SummerSlam.
Separating himself from Brock has been the best thing for him when you look at it.
Yeah. But we move on. Let me get back to now that the pick is over, I can kind of turn the draft off for a little bit. Our next... We don't have a matchup next, Chad. We see Team Lita warming up. Linda Miles, Lita, Chyna, who just probably got fucked by Scott Steiner, Yoko Kamada, and Tori Wilson.
She's looking real limbered up.
There's a glow on her face. She's ready to go. But as we mentioned on WWE.com, I forgot to put the angle. Impromptu tag team match tonight, Chad.
Interesting.
It is going to be Chris Jericho and Teddy Hart taking on the Basham brothers, Chad.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Hell
like
yeah.
That.
Forgot to put this segment on the pre-show. I should have asked you, but I think you would have guessed correctly, so I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. Jericho and Teddy Hart defeat the Bashams when Jericho taps out Doug Basham here, Chad. A nice win for Jericho and Teddy Hart. But now, Chad, we get a recap of the rivalry of Kurt Angle and Vince McMahon. This is a blood feud, Chad. The people are calling it a blood feud because Kurt Angle he had to fight through Vince McMahon and PJ Black to win the WWE Championship or the interim championship at SummerSlam, just for Vince McMahon and the board of directors to strip him of the championship. And ever since then, Vince has made Kurt Angle's life hell. He hit him with a freaking car, Chad. He ran him over in the parking lot. We saw Shane McMahon and Vince attack him in the hospital bed. Kurt is not medically cleared tonight. He is still dealing with a bad ankle. But
no pun intended.
Also, because I can't. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later, right, Chad?
Yeah,
we'll talk about it. Because we got a big match. WWE Heavyweight Championship on the line. It's Alex Wright, Orlando Jordan. Who do you got? Orlando.
I got Alex Wright. I got Alex Wright. That's it.
You like Alex Wright?
Yeah.
Orlando Jordan, man. He won the TNA Gold Rush and won a opportunity to fight for a World Heavyweight Championship. He's called his shot here against Alex Wright, who one of the most popular men in all of the world. He had a cameo in Jerry Seinfeld season 1. He was a main component of season 2. He actually got killed off, Chad. I don't know if you've spoiler. Have you seen season 2?
Seinfeld gets dark.
He fell off a 16-story building in New York City. Actually landed in right center field of City Park, the New York Mets Stadium.
Wow.
You haven't watched it?
No, I haven't. I'm still. I was kind of waiting for them to wrap. I thought Alex Wright was going to be there for the long haul, so I was waiting for the series to wrap, and I was going to watch it all at once.
Oh yeah.
Now I can. I mean, I have less to watch now.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. A cute girl just walked by and looked in my room. Hey, this bed's for you, baby.
Anyway.
What am I talking about here? Alex Wright, Orlando Jordan. We're off the boat today right now. We're losing our mind. Who do you got, Chad?
Alex Wright.
All right, well. Yeah, Alex Wright defeated him. Alex Wright, a 99, Orlando Jordan, a 36.
36. Brought him to an 86.
Hey, fine. That's fine with me. That was better than him in Black last month. So, Orlando Jordan. That's crazy. Alex Wright makes this defense number 5 of the WWE Heavyweight Championship, who I think at this point has been champion for 8 months now.
Oh yeah.
One of that Mania, Chad. You forget that because he was gone for a while, but he's technically been champion for that long.
Yeah, a long time.
All right, we move on, Chad. We get a shot of both Vince and Eric Bischoff. Oh no, we don't. We get Alex Wright shaking. I just didn't read that segment here. Alex Wright shakes Orlando's hand. You know, he didn't really think Orlando had a lot into him. He didn't really give him the time of day that Orlando kind of deserved. And Orlando Jordan gave it to Alex Wright tonight, Chad. This was not an easy match for Alex Wright. It was 15 minutes.
That's crazy.
15 minutes. He got 15 with the world champion. This is a good showing for Orlando Jordan to really, this could elevate his career for sure. I know it's a loss to the WWE champion, but he still had a great match with the WWE champion. So is this the beginning of a great career for Orlando Jordan, Chad?
I think the future's bright for the young kid. If Alex Wright, who is the most popular man in the world, gives him his approval, then he gets my approval.
Yeah. We now get a shot of both Eric Bischoff and Vince McMahon. I know we don't really refer to Vince as the GM of Monday Night Raw, but technically he is. And both of them are in their suites here tonight, Chad. Ooh, I got an itch on my face. It's Survivor Series. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown tonight, Chad. Who do you got? That's later. You don't need to answer that.
I was ready.
Oh, you're ready? I'm ready for this next match, Chad. It's Gabriel Burton and Dylan Martin taking on Kaiji Muto and Jushin Liger. We saw this match about 6-7 months ago, and Dynamo got the job done. It was revealed a couple weeks ago that Keiji Muto will be leaving the WWE when his contract is up after tonight. And this is his final match here in this promotion. And now Martin and Burton wanted that. They wanted the honor of being their last match because when they stepped in the ring with Dynamo months ago, Dynamo showed the respect to these two kids. They gave them really the urge to keep pushing, even though that Martin and Burton lost. They looked back at that match, looked back at the handshakes that Muto and Liger gave them, and said, "We got to keep going. This is not it for us." And now they get to step in the ring with Liger and Muto for Muto's last match here. Liger's stuck around. He's stuck here forever. But Muto, who do you got?
Oh, I got Burton and Martin.
You think I'm gonna put Burton and Martin over on Kaiji's last match?
Yeah.
You're crazy. Well, you're right. Martin and Burton get the job done. They did the deed, Chad. Hanging around with Edge and Christian and Jericho and Teddy now over the last few months have really elevated their in-ring abilities.
Yeah, I was going to say, listen, they're learning from. They've got some good talent around them.
Exactly. Team Oos. And they defeat the men that gave him a good run back in the day. Dylan Martin pinning Keiji Muto with a blindside palm strike here. A huge win for Dylan Martin and Gabriel Burton here on Survivor Series. After the match, Martin and Burton, they roll out of the ring, and so does Liger, and they give Keiji Muto his time to shine as the fans give him a standing ovation. That's it for Keiji Muto here in the WWE, Chad.
Damn.
At least for this run.
Go. Please don't go.
Yeah, exactly. Please don't go, Chance. Filling up this arena.
Liger gives a nice little bow, too.
It's crazy that these guys never won the belts.
It is. But hey.
They're in the same division as Edge and Christian. Like, that's
exactly.
Yeah.
Best tag team ever. Edge and Christian. Well, they're not ever.
No. In this save, for sure.
Definitely going right now. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, from the beginning. Who else would you argue?
I think in their heyday you could argue Nash and Hall. Maybe not. Obviously not now. But I think in their heyday you could have argued Nash and Hall.
Yeah, maybe. But they didn't have the consistent longevity that Edge and Christian have.
I mean, Nash and Hall are multiple-time tag team champions.
Edge and Christian aren't because they've had the belts for so gosh darn long. They don't lose the belts. You can't be multi-time champions if you don't lose the belts in the first place. That's why I always argue, like, people when they argue Charlotte Flair, like, I'm a 13-time women's champion. Yeah, you're a 13-time loser is more like it. You lost the belt 13 times, you goofball. Yeah.
That's why Justin hates Ric Flair. He calls him the 16-time loser.
He's the 13-time champion. He has never, the last 3 world champions.
I'm saying it in real life.
Oh, yeah, he sucks. Absolute scumbag. Why are you defending him, Chad?
No. Yeah. He's a scumbag.
Chad watched that dark side of the ring and said, "Oh, that's my guy." He's
a scumbag for sure, but it's not because he's lost the world title 16 times.
Speaking of scumbags, Chad, it's Kane and Taker time.
Nice.
We saw this rivalry start back in September when Taker beat C.W. Anderson. And then Kane lost to C.W. Anderson, and Kane was not happy about it and attacked him after the match. Taker said, "You know what? That's bullshit, Kane. You're my brother. Show some fucking respect." And Kane said no and started attacking Taker and then abducting him and sending him to hell. In which we have seen and met the devil's favorite demon, Kana. Taker escaped hell after a few weeks, got on his gosh darn motorcycle, drove all the way to SmackDown Hotel, checked in and brought some candy ass to Kane. And last week we saw a lightning strike hit Kana out of nowhere. But now it's Kane and The Undertaker tonight, Chad. Who do you got?
This is one of the ones that I'm not really sure of. But I am going to go Kane.
Ooh, Kane. Oh, buried alive. When the fuck was this buried alive?
Oh, they buried him alive.
Taker buried Kane alive in 2018 when he sends him right back to hell. That's what it is. Yeah, he sent him to hell, Chad. He sent Kane to hell. What a match this was, Chad.
What a match.
What a match. I forgot this was. I got to remember when I pre-book shit and it has gimmicks in it, I got to remember that I have gimmicks on it. Because this is not the only one. We got to figure out how Shane and Kurt Angle is going to be a cage match. I got to somehow tag that in. Hey, spoiler alert, Kurt Angle, Shane's a cage now. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Kurt's just going to come out to the ring and like a cage starts lowering down. He's like, what the fuck? Yeah. Huge match. Big win for The Undertaker. But after, Kana comes out and stares down Taker, Chad.
Nice. Hell yeah. That's why this is why I gave it to Kane, because I was like, you just kind of debuted Kana. So I was like, so I don't know if we're ready to give up that yet. But this, I got you. So stare down with The Undertaker.
Are we leading to Kana versus Taker?
I hope so. Does she do like the Undertaker, like she drops down on her knee and was like with the tongue and the eyes in the back of her head?
Taker's doing that. Then the lights come off, and then the lights come back on, and Kana is just doing the Taker, the thumb across the throat.
Nice, hell yeah.
But a lightning strike pops in, boom, and then that's where Kana appears.
Nice, give me Taker versus Kana.
Dude, I might book that, brother. All right, we move on, Chad. We get a live look at. We got a live look in on Team Raw or SmackDown. They're celebrating. Paul London and Tajiri are playing fucking Super Mario Smash Brothers. Ric Flair is smoking 6 cigars. CW Anderson is hyping up. He's on the phone right now with Johnny Storm, and John Cena's he's DJing. He's DJing, brother. Team SmackDown, the vibes are immaculate over there in that locker room.
They're just partying on Team SmackDown.
Good vibes only. And then the exact opposite, where there's no one saying a damn word in this locker room here on Team Raw.
They're all just sitting there.
They're just staring down. Triple H and Booker T, there's still some tension there after Triple H, what he said about Booker T and all that bullshit last week. Is this going to be a 4-on-4? Is Sean Morley going to be here, Chad?
I hope so.
Me too.
And for Team Raw's sake, they need him.
Yep. All right. It's that cage match that we talked about earlier. It's Kurt Angle and Shane. We've already recapped the rivalry leading up into this match. So, Chad, I got to ask you, who do you have?
Give me Kurt Angle.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Dude, Kurt Angle, he might be hurt right now, Chad. He might be a little medically unwell, but he ragdolls Shane McMahon around this cage. Absolutely beats the shit out of him and beats him in 16:35 when Kurt Angle he escapes it. He escapes the cage, Chad.
Hell yeah, good for Kurt.
Good for Kurt. He actually he doesn't climb. He opens the door. That's how badly
He definitely did that.
You don't usually see people leaving the cage walking out of it. That's how badly beaten Shane was, that he walked out of it. But he knew what he was walking into, because waiting on the outside were PJ Black, Mark Henry, and Vince, and they beat the shit out of him.
Damn.
They fucking beat the poop out of him, Chad. He knew.
That's why he wanted to go through the door. I think he
knew.
wins by like slamming the door open and like lunging through at the 3 of them.
Yep, 100%. 100%. Let me click the other picture. And now we see an ad for Adam Sandler's new movie, Grown Ups, in 2002. Crazy. But we have a match that everyone is looking forward to in the SmackDown locker room, in the light heavyweight division. It's Johnny Storm against C.W. Anderson. No, it's not. It's Johnny Storm and Shannon Moore, Chad. Shannon Moore, who's been a very, very well respected, not respected, but he's won a lot, Chad. Melina Perez, I forgot, was helping Shannon Moore. She blew Shannon Moore. He had an orgasm before.
Wow.
Busted out the premature finisher right there, brother. Johnny Storm, Shannon Moore, Chad. Who do you got? What the fuck was that?
I don't know what that was.
That was a screaming child. Who do you got, Chad? Let's not let that distract you.
Yeah, sorry. I got Shannon Moore.
Shannon Moore. These two have a back and forth match, Chad. But Kid Cash and Too Cold Scorpio, they tried to distract the referee, and it backfired. The referee caught him and threw him out. And the fans are excited. And it's just Johnny Storm and Shannon Moore. And Johnny Storm sneaks one away, pinning Shannon Moore, winning the WWE Light Heavyweight Championship. Johnny Storm has dethroned Shannon Moore. No more orgasms for you, Chad.
I guess not.
And the whole lightweight division come out and they carry Johnny Storm around on their shoulders. Someone has finally beaten the big bad man of Shannon Moore.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
There's a storm coming, and his name is Johnny.
Yes, sir. That one's for Devin. R.I.P. Crowbar. Chad, it's up next. It's Chavo and El Presidente against Latin Lover and Mystico. The Blood Feud, number 2. We saw Latin Lover defeat Chavo Guerrero multiple times. And that led to Latin Lover going to the Guerrero household and attacking his family, including Eddie Guerrero and Hector Guerrero. Chavo and his best friend Mystico travel down there back down home to find what happened. And they read the note and they go all the way to the saloon where Mystico turns on Chavo Guerrero, leaving him unconscious for weeks until Del Santo found him, led him home to attack Latin Lover and Mystico here, Chad. Tag team action. Who do you got?
Damn. I'm going to take El Presidente.
El Presidente! And you would be right, Chad. El Presidente and Chavo defeat Latin Lover and Mystico when Chavo Guerrero... Oh, they don't work well as a team. Fuck me! Latin Lover, when Chavo pins Latin Lover with a gory bomb.
Not good chemistry. They still pulled out an 89, though.
Yeah, because Latin Lover's like the best in-ring of all time, ever. Is Del Santo rusty? Oh my god, he is. That's a thing in this game?
You guys gotta let him get on rusty. He'll get there.
All right. Oh yeah, big win. Big win for Del Santo and Chavo Guerrero. They finally get one up on Latin Lover and Mystico. Latin Lover, the U.S. champion, by the way. I know people forget about that, but he's still the United States championship. It's just showcasing that a lot of the storylines, you don't need a title pinned to it. You know, you can have stories and shit. I mean, there's like two title matches on this show.
Right?
Yeah, 3, I guess, with the Misawa triple threat. But still. Oh, what was that? After the match, Del Santo and Chavo find Eddie Guerrero's front row and they hug him, Chad. They hug him. He did it for his family. They did it for the Guerrero family. They got avenged. They avenged Eddie and the family by beating Latin Lover and Mystico. How do you feel about Survivor Series so far, Chad?
So far, so good. Does Eddie Guerrero come out with his newly won international championship?
No, but that's the way I got him in here. Thanks, game. Yeah. I'm not ever going to book it, but I just wanted them for this segment. That's just the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, sure.
It's about to get historic, Chad.
Ooh. I can't wait to see.
The first ever women's Survivor Series match. It's Toshi Umatsu's team with her, Kayoko, Sanomura, Nagayo, and Geita. What a team. 5 badass bitches, Chad, that have just dominated the locker room. But they take on Linda Miles and Team Lita with Tori, Ayako Hamada, and newly loved woman, Chyna. Who do you got in this tag team match, Chad?
I got Team Lita.
Team Lita! Chad.
Yeah, I got Team Lita.
They get it done. Team Lita will do the job done. They get the job done when, don't look at all this. It was Umatsu and Chyna in the ring with Lita as well. It was a 2-on-1, right? Oh, wow. The game didn't eliminate Tori Wilson either. Whew. The 3-on-1. Get fucked, team. Get fucked, Team Toshi. 3-on-1. Chyna, Lita, and Tori dominate. It was just supposed to be 2-on-1. I should have had Tori lose. But you can't really do that. It's fucked. But yeah, whatever. China and Lita win the match, Chad, for Team Lita. A huge match.
Yeah.
And then music hits, and Scott Steiner comes out. I didn't even read what that said. Scott Steiner comes out and carries China away as Team Lita celebrates in the ring.
Hell yeah.
He's got all the hoochie mamas.
China and Steiner, the couple name of China and Steiner, both victory tonight. Both victories.
True. And they're about to have a fucking celebration, aren't they? Let's go. We move on. Eric Bischoff is with the newest WWE signee. Front row for this next match, Jen. And it's crazy that, what a coincidence that Jim Cornette name dropped this guy on SmackDown and then he signs with the WWE. It's a man that has gone to war with Misawa in All Japan for the big world championship over there. It's Mr. Akiyama is here in the WWE. Blue Thunder himself, Chad, on the blue brand. One of Misawa's biggest rivals in this game prior to coming to the WWE is now here. This is crazy because Cornette just name dropped him himself. So he couldn't hang up with Misawa. And he's up front row for this next match. It's the stable warfare. It's the final bosses, Double J Records, and the family. Chad, who do you got?
Double J Records, baby.
Dude, Chad's got Double J Records. This is a fucking classic match, Chad. But they're not called the final bosses for nothing. And 80. Oof. Is it multiple men? Was that the gimmick here? Is that the gimmick here? So many competitors. I like how a 10-man match won't get penalized for it, but a 9-man match will. This game's great. Final bosses win in 2021 when the final two guys in the ring, Chad, were Misawa and Jeff Jarrett.
Damn,
as it should be. Close. As it should be. Jeff Jarrett's so close. But just like Bad Blood a couple months ago, couldn't get the job done. And the final bosses are still your champions. After the match, Misawa gets right in Akiyama's face, and Akiyama punches him. And they just starts going at it, Chad. This is going to be a classic right here. Oh, man. Are you ready for that?
I'm ready.
But are you ready for our main event, Chad?
I'm also ready for that as
Team SmackDown come down to the ring, Chad. John Cena, C.W. Anderson, Tajiri, London, and Flair. And Team Raw come down to the ring without Sean Morley. Sean Morley is not here. Can Team Raw overcome the numbers? Or will Team SmackDown make this 3 years in a row as the winning brand? Chad, I gotta ask for the last time tonight. Who do you got?
Even though they're down a man, even though the odds are against them, I know for a fact you don't bet against Triple H. I'm going with Team Raw.
It's a great pick, Chad, because Triple H starts off the match in the ring. He's got something to prove. It's actually Booker T started it off with both the captains, and Triple H just slaps him in the back and says, "I'm in, brother." Triple H goes to war. Him and Cena just have a great in-ring match. Cena actually gets a little bit of offense started, gets Triple H on the ropes a little bit. He tags in Paul London, and Triple H, I don't even know what the word is, Chad. He beats the shit out of Paul London. Paul London, not experienced, not well-versed in the ring like John Cena is. And Triple H pedigrees Paul London and eliminates him. Raw has now tied it up 4-4. Tajiri comes in. He goes to hit a mist. Whoosh, misses. Triple H ducks under it. The referee gets hit. Triple H fucking suplexes him or spinebuster him. Pedigree. The referee's back as Bryan Danielson gave him a towel that he keeps in his trunks. And you want to know why he keeps that towel in the trunks, Ren? It's for Nick Gage to eat with because he's a messy eater. And he stabs himself with a fork a lot, and he has to clean up his mess. But regardless, Danielson gives the referee the towel so he can clean off his eyes, and Triple H hits the pedigree to pin Tajiri. Raw is now up 4-3.
Damn.
Just like that. Ric Flair styles and profiles into the ring, and, and Triple H just chops him and pedigrees him, and he's now eliminated. 4-2. This happened in about 45 seconds. And John's like, I shouldn't have fucking tagged out, should I? And C.W. Anderson's like, what do you... Yeah, no shit, brother. Look what happened. That's unreal. And Danielson gets tagged in. Cena's now in. And Cena will eliminate Danielson here, Chad, to make it 3-2. Raw still up in the lead. Dean Malenko comes in and blindsides... Maybe not blindsides, but attacks John Cena in the back of the in the back. But at the same time, Cena has tagged out to C.W. Anderson. C.W. Anderson's and Malenko and C.W. Anderson, they go to work, Chad. They have a great little 1.5 minute spot. But Dean Malenko gets put into a pile driver, and C.W. Anderson hits it and eliminates Dean Malenko here. Eliminates him, Chen. So now it's just Triple H and Booker T against C.W. Anderson and John Cena.
Teamed up 2-2.
And Triple H steps in the ring, and he's ready. And they go, him and Cena again go back and forth. Triple H hits the pedigree, and he hits the pedigree, gets up, and Sean Morley runs out, gets in the ring, and attacks Triple H, Chad.
Oh, no.
And John Cena, back up to his feet, looks at what's going on, goes over to pin Triple H, 1, 2, 3. Triple H is eliminated. Sean Morley is now the legal man. Sean Morley just walks out and gets counted out. And just like that, it's 1v2.
What a meltdown.
What a fucking rat Sean Morley is. What a piece of... People are booing him. Like, people are booing him for that. People are booing him. And now it's just Booker T against John Cena and C.W. Anderson. And look, Booker's got fight. He's got grit. He kicks out of C.W. Anderson's pile driver. C.W. Anderson goes to tag in John Cena. Cena hits the FU, kicks out of that. And they're like, I don't even know what to do. And C.W. Anderson says, tag me in. C.W. Anderson gets tagged in. This is the first time and only time I've ever seen this. Brings up to the top rope and hits a super pile driver.
Oh, my God.
And that doesn't finish the job. Booker T kicks out of that. Booker T will not die.
God, I couldn't believe it.
My God, that neck, his neck must be in half in pieces, but he just will not die. C.W. Anderson hits one more pile driver, and look, that's got to be it, and it is. John Cena and Team SmackDown get the job done, and they win this match. C.W. Anderson does it. Him and John Cena are the last two survivors for Team SmackDown, and they win the golden ticket to the Royal Rumble.
Damn, huge.
3
years in a row, too.
3 years in a row for Team SmackDown here, Chen, and they celebrate in the ring. Could it be one of those 5 being number 30 in the Royal Rumble? C.W. Anderson, a huge showing here tonight, Chen.
Oh, absolutely. Got the winning pin.
Eliminated Dean Malenko.
Tajiri, not a good showing.
Yeah, no. Not poor Tajiri. Someone had to look bad in this, and or make.
Paul London didn't look that good in there.
Paul London did a flip.
That's fair.
But that was because he got clotheslined so hard. He did a flip. He did the Kishi bump,
and then he flopped
and got eliminated. That's Survivor Series. Survivor Series are never going to be great because multi-man matches just don't work well in the game. But I think we'll still get a 92. Oh Jesus, 99. I'll take it.
Or a 99.
I'll take it. That was a great show, Jen. A good show.
Yeah.
But don't let this overshadow World War III. Who will punch their ticket to Starcade's main event? Will it be a member of Nitro? Will it be The Big Show? Will it be Samoa Joe? Will it be RVD? Will it be Devon Dudley? Hell, will it be Shaquille O'Neal? Or will it be a member of Team Thunder? Maybe Hoovy, Ray, Brett, Owen, Raven, Punk, Bubba, me. It could be any of them. We'll find out on World War III.
All right, everybody. After that star-studded 99 rated Survivor Series. Sorry, we are here now at World War III, Justin. We are going to decide who is going to Starrcade in the main event for the world for the World or Universal Championship,
or the TV belt.
I mean, if they really wanted it, yeah.
I mean, it's a technicality. They can.
They could.
If they could. They can go fight for the TNA World Belt if they wanted to, or the NXT World Title, or whatever.
True.
Yeah, true. Let's go over some World War IIIs from years prior, including 1999, where we saw Scott Hall defeat Kevin Nash. We saw Jericho defeat Stallone, and we saw Raven defeat Goldberg by countout to retain the belt. But Scott Steiner won it all, winning the World War III in 1999. We also see Psychosis defeating Del Santo and Regal and Wright defeating TCP.
True.
In 2000 in the Georgia and Phillips Arena in Atlanta, Georgia, we see some matches here tonight, including Hogan and Foley, Jericho defeating Goldberg to win the belt. The Outsider
for the Universal belt too.
Outsiders defeating the Steiner Brothers in the co-main event, and RVD winning the 2000 World War III. Well, can he become a two-time World War III winner tonight in last year's card, including Chris Harris beating Sanders Colon and Palumbo. We saw Kip James and Road Dogg lose. Hoovy defeating Ultimo Dragon. Bret Hart defeating Eddie Colon. Goldberg and Jericho as a rematch from the year prior, I think, right? Yep. That's crazy. Did you realize that? 2 years. Shawn Michaels defeating Sting, and Chase Tatum winning the World War III last year, Chad.
You went on a Starrcade.
And lost. You lost, yeah. All right, let's get into the show, Chad. World War III.
World War III, baby. Let's do it.
Take your bets.
Take your bets. We have our World War III panel, Justin.
Why do you have a referee in your panel?
He's Teddy Long. He's a respected referee. He's a respected referee. They care about his opinions.
Off to a hot start with Jake the Drug Roberts and Medusa and a ref. All right.
And the two general managers and Paul Heyman.
No, that's why I left them off. They're fine. I would have talked about him if I had a problem, but Medusa being on the pre-show panel? What's she ever done?
She needed to give her opinion. It's an open panel, Justin. Anyone could show up.
Well, we need better people to show up next year. Where the hell's Stallone?
That's a fair question.
Oh, I was hoping you would have the answer.
I don't have the answer. He's not here. I don't know where he is, but he's not here.
But where's Kobe Bryant to be in the panel with his friend coach? Get on with this, Trev.
Yeah, okay, so Justin, then after the panel, we have our opening match. It is a four-way match for the TV championship. It is CM Punk versus Raven versus Chris Candido versus the franchise Shane Douglas. Justin, who do you have?
Did you not put like a pre-match promo before it?
I think we go right into it, I think.
That's hot, dude. I love when you do that because there's not enough time.
I picture the panel talking and then like right to the first theme song.
Yeah, the theme song should be that segment, so you have time to talk about it before. You know?
Well, yeah. I mean, I can talk about it right now, though.
You don't have time.
But anyway, that match, yeah, CM Punk retained in a good wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd. CM Punk made defense number 13 of the World Championship. He tapped out his good buddy Chris Candido with an arm triangle choke.
He did. Paul Heyman's still out there. I'm glad you fixed that.
He's still out there just vibing.
Shane Douglas, maybe he's not getting a 73, more like a 70 because Heyman's kind of adding to his in-ring performance and adding to this match, I would assume. Which, do we count that as cheat? No, I don't see anything about that. I don't see anything. Nope. Shane Douglas, managerial help and chemistry. Naughty.
But Justin, CM Punk retained the championship once again.
Yeah, he did, as I predicted.
Yeah, it was really funny because basically, like, Chris Candido like walked over to Punk after Punk hit a GTS on Raven, and Chris Candido hit like a pile driver on Shane Douglas, and he like walks over and like high fives Raven, and then Raven he high fives Punk, and Punk grabs his arm, puts him in the choke, and taps him out.
Good. Fuck, Mr. 5-star.
And Justin, we have here after that match, we got TJ Wilson and Eddie Colon. Jeremy Borash announces the one man who is already in the Tough Enough final, TJ Wilson, and he's here to scout out and watch this next match between Sean O'Haire and Giant Singh. Now, Justin, this match, Giant Singh, he was one of the only guys, Sean O'Haire is one of the guys, I think he is the only guy who was ever pinned in Tough Enough, Giant Singh. So, he's coming in with some momentum, he comes out, the Wild Boys walking down the ramp, they give him, Chuck Palumbo gives him a big pep talk. But by the end of the day, Sean O'Haire, he looked at him and said, I got this. And he like heads down the ramp. Giant Singh with the Hollies. Let's go. Giant Singh versus Sean O'Haire. Justin, who do you got?
Chad, what do you think?
I don't know.
Giant Singh.
You're going with Giant Singh?
Yeah, come on now, Chad. Come on.
And then about that terrible wrestling and noise in the crowd heat, Giant Singh defeats Sean O'Haire in 10-10 with a brain chop.
What has Sean O'Haire ever done?
Oh, just lost to Giant Singh.
Yeah, what's Giant Singh ever done?
After that, Jeremy Borash with the Hollies are in the ring, and they got a microphone.
I don't even know when to hit next segment because I just don't.
You can hit it right now. You're good. Yeah, this is that segment. He's in the ring, and he's like, ladies and gentlemen, it has been official. We have, in the Tough Enough finale at Starrcade, we've got TJ Wilson taking on Giant Singh. And Giant Singh, he grabs the microphone, and he starts speaking.
Oh, boy, this is going to go well.
He says, from now on, I am not Giant Singh. I will now be known by my real name, Kali, and I will be taking the name of my coach, Holly. I am Kali Holly. And Jeremy Borash is like, well, there you have it. Who's going to argue with him when you're 7'5"? We got Holly, Kali Holly taking on TJ Wilson at Starrcade, everyone, for the Tough Enough Season 2 winner. Oh, it doesn't get any bigger than this, folks.
It's not even his real name.
It's Kali Holly, baby.
It's not even his real name.
No, I don't know that. It is now. It is safe.
You can't change his government name, Chad.
I just did. And Justin, we move on to our next segment.
Oh, I used my dad's name is all you needed to say there.
We have here, Justin, we've got a video package showing us the history of Bobby Roode and the Suzuki story of how, Suzuki cost him a spot in War Games, which, led to all of those members in a championship match. Like, Bobby Roode feels he was robbed of a potential world championship, and he's been trying to get out. He's been trying to come for Minoru Suzuki ever since Suzuki beat him at Halloween Havoc. Thanks to some cheating from his girlfriend, Wendy. And that's when Bobby Roode knew he needed help. So he recruited Nora Greenwald, the former NXT Women's Champion and a woman who hates Wendy. And Justin, they're looking to pick up a win here tonight against Suzuki and Wendy. Who do you got?
What do you think, Chad?
I don't know. That's why
I'm going to go with Bobby Roode and Molly Holly.
And Justin, I don't know who Molly Holly is. Maybe
I don't know who Kali Holly is either.
Kali Holly, but
fucking
Justin,
real name.
Regardless, tonight, Bobby Roode and Nora Greenwald defeat Suzuki and Wendy when Bobby Roode pinned Wendy with a rude awakening.
What are you laughing about?
It's just funny to me.
Why did Bobby Roode pin Wendy?
Well, I put Wendy to lose. I just assumed it'd be Nora getting the pin.
You put Bobby Roode to be the victor. That's all you put.
Oh, okay, never mind. Well, look at that, Justin. Bobby Roode gets a win. After
what are we
that
doing
match,
here?
Bobby Roode and Nora Greenwald, they celebrate in the ring, Justin.
I'm glad you can put celebrations, but not fucking entrances in your angles.
But I'm happy. Don't worry, there'll be some entrances soon. Go ahead and go to the next segment. We have Taz's entrance, Justin.
I'm gonna fucking stick a screwdriver in my eye.
Taz heads down to the ring, and Justin, we come down. Matt Hardy's music hits. He takes a long time coming down to the ring, and Roddy Piper comes out with Matt Hardy following behind him. And Roddy Piper, he's got a microphone, and he just says, "Ladies and gentlemen, it brings me great displeasure to announce that due to the attack at the gym,
oh Jesus Christ,
Matt Hardy did to Taz. Matt Hardy, in that attack, injured himself, and I have a doctor's note from WCW Medical that Matt Hardy is not cleared to defend the Cruiserweight Championship tonight." And I've also been in contact with Matt Hardy's legal team, and they have threatened to sue WCW if he is stripped of the belt today. So, Matt Hardy will not, he's just so completely unhappy saying this, you can tell. He's like, Matt Hardy will not be in the match tonight. But don't worry, Taz, I found you a replacement opponent.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Taz's new opponent. And then, Justin, the music of On Noble No More, James Gibson comes out to the ring. And Justin, in about that, good wrestling and decent action from the crowd. Taz defeats Noble No More, James Gibson with a Northern Lights.
He hurt himself
while trying to hurt Taz. It's so dumb.
Matt Hardy's a pussy. We should just strip him anyway. Fuck the legal team, to be honest.
Sue me, motherfucker.
Okay. All right. Oh, here we go. Finally a match I'm excited about here.
Yeah. After that match, we see another video package showing us the history of Trish Stratus and Manami Toyota, a feud that got way too personal, way too quickly. These two women hated each other, and every time Trish Stratus tried to get one over on Toyota to get some payback, you know, she's had an answer at every corner, including Nicole Bass, a woman who also is fed up with Trish Stratus and says women like Trish and Debbie Malenko continue to hold down Nicole Bass, and she was sick of it. And Trish Stratus, needing to find some help, recruited Debbie Malenko, and now they are here tonight in a tag team match tonight. And remember, if Debbie or Trish score the pinfall, they will wrestle Manami Toyota at Starrcade. But if Manami Toyota or Nicole Bass get the pin, neither of them will wrestle Toyota at Starrcade. Justin, with that being said, we know the stakes. You know how personal this feud is. Who do you got?
Oh, look at that guy. Sorry, a big red tomato guy just walked by. Oh, they're hugging. Oh, he's got a cute girlfriend. How did that guy? He hasn't.
Anyway, who's your pick for the winner, Justin?
Oh yeah. Nice. There we go.
Well, you picked neither of them.
I picked. No, I said yeah.
I said who you picked to win, and you said yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Toyota and Bass gonna win.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, but if he said match, Bass and Toyota do defeat Trish and Debbie Malenko. Justin, here's basically what happened, right? So Trish Stratus at one point had Nicole Bass in a pinfall position, right? 1, 2, Debbie Malenko reacting out of almost instinct. She didn't break up the pin, but she started like she got out of the ring and like was like, Trish, wait, and then Trish like got off and was like, what? And she's like, we should not Bass, we gotta pin Toyota, right? And then
Why?
Trish was like, and Trish was like, who cares? Like, come on. And I was like, no. It's gotta be Toyota. This is personal. And Trish was just like, okay, right? And then so then like Toyota comes into the ring and it's Trish versus Toyota. You know, they're wrestling. At one point, Debbie pins her, comes in and they're wrestling. They had a Queen Bee Bomb on Debbie for a 2 count. It was broken up by Trish, right? And then after that match, you know, it's getting physical. They're spewing everywhere. It spills out to the ring. And at one point, Debbie Malenko and Trish Stratus, you know, they're talking, and then as they're talking, Minami Toyota, she's like running in, and Debbie like pushes Trish out of the way and like takes the elbow, right? But Trish didn't see Debbie Malenko coming. Trish Stratus was still arguing about Debbie Malenko, being like, "What the hell was that earlier? Like, what are you doing?" Like, she's starting to get angry. Like, she's like, "That we had him beaten, right?" So then with the push, Trish is like, doesn't see that Toyota was coming, and then you know Debbie. Then turns around after sidestepping Toyota and runs into a Stratusfaction, right? She's just angry, right? The two just break down. They can't coexist, and that really costed them when Toyota pins Trish Stratus with an Ocean Queen Bee Bomb.
All right, I got a question. This was if whoever got the pin out of Malenko and Trish got to take on Toyota?
Yeah.
So I guess you could have used that as the reason why Debbie wanted.
Well, that's like
the fact that Debbie didn't give a fuck that Trish was pinning someone.
So here's the thing, right? So here's the thing. That behind the curtain was the reason. But she's trying to stay face because she's a good guy, air quotes good guy here, right? So she's trying to be like, no, but no, like that was the reason. And the announcers were putting that over on commentary. Like, you know, at one point, Bobby Heenan is like, listen, Debbie Malenko just wants us to be done the right way. You know, she said, you know, this is between
the right way is still a W.
Exactly, but that's just Bobby Heenan trying to be that heel commentator to try to make him an excuse. And then, you know, the other commentators are like, no, like with Debbie Malenko, like that was she just wants to get the one that gets the pinfall. Like, so that was like the whole thing. Was that why?
I feel like those should be reversed. Bobby Heenan should be like, no, she's just. She should be the one trying to get the pinfall, and the face commentators are like, no, they're trying to do this the right way.
Well, regardless, that's like the story of what's happening, right? Yeah, I guess that makes more sense.
Yeah,
but that's like basically the story of that, right? But after the match, Justin, Minami Toyota, she's holding her belt high. She's like, ain't no one challenging me for this belt at Starrcade. And then at the entrance ramp, Nora Greenwald stands out, and she kind of does the hand on the waist, like, give me that championship type moment.
She ain't ready, brother.
Are we going to see Toyota versus Nora Greenwald down the line?
No, we're going to see fucking her and Mischief from WWE. Of course we are, Chad.
Who knows? Only time will tell.
I got asked a dumb question at the airport by my coworker who I ran into at the airport. He's like, what are you doing here? I said, I'm here to catch a taxi. No, what do you think? I'm here to catch a flight home, you dumb fuck.
That's funny. Justin, we are backstage, and they're at World Greatest Tag Team, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin. You know, they are banned from ringside for the Tag Team Championship match tonight, and they said, we don't care about the Hearts. All right, listen. They got lucky. They beat us. And then they lost to Hoovy and Super Crazy. And whether you say it's our fault or not, if Bret Hart really was the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever would be, there wouldn't be any excuses. Okay, so do we care about them? No, we're the world's greatest tag team, but we're also two collegiate all-American wrestlers, all right? And we're going to prove just how great we are because we're focusing on World War III, all right? Because it's going to be one of us going to Starrcade.
Well, they don't care about I wouldn't care about the Hearts either. They're not even the champs.
True.
Who cares about the second-rated tag team?
And Jeff
now they are the fucking Chicago.
That leads us into our tag team championship match. Hoovy versus Super Crazy versus the Hart Brothers, and in a bout with superb wrestling and good heat. The Hart brothers defeat Hoovy and Super Crazy when Bret Hart submits Super Crazy with a sharpshooter. And the Harts regain the WCW World Tag Team Championships.
I hate this goddamn company. Fucking 6 title changes in 3 weeks.
Titles, but it's okay. It was only 3.
Yeah, but why?
Almost one a week. Anyway, the Harts are tag team champions.
What's the point of Hoovy and Super Crazy winning it?
Yeah, it's to keep the story fresh and entertaining.
They can win a non-title match, Chad.
Next segment after that, Justin, we've got Bret and Owen in the ring. They're celebrating. They're celebrating those tag titles.
You've done this before where like DDP and Steiner won the belt, or DDP and Sting won the belt, and then they lost it that night just for them to win it again or something like that. Oh, your tag team title reign like history is crazy.
Yeah. Justin, we got the entrances of both Shawn Michaels and Shane Helms. Shawn Michaels in his home state of Texas. Once again, crowd going nuts for for Shawn Michaels. He comes down, he's got his world championship. We got a hardcore match tonight, Justin. Shawn Michaels versus Shane Helms. Who do you
got? Shawn Michaels.
Interesting. Justin is going Shawn. Michaels.
What has Shane ever done? Come on now. Other than lose.
Yeah, we got this match. It did end with a sweet chin music, it wasn't. It was a hard fought, very violent, hardcore match. Shane Helms kicked out after Shawn Michaels hit a moonsault from the top rope onto a table, spot the announce table. They hit that. Shane Helms kicks out. Shane Helms was able to crawl to the ropes and break up. Not break up. So there was at one point Shawn Michaels had Shane Helms in the sharpshooter, and Shane Helms was able to crawl, and Shawn Michaels said, "You can grab the ropes, it doesn't count, idiot." But as he says that, Shane Helms grabs a kendo stick and swings it upwards and clunks Shawn Michaels in the head with it. He was able to escape it that way. He even hit the he hit the Nightmare on Helm Street for a very close 2 count. It looked like he had him a couple times. But Justin, at the end of the day, Shawn Michaels proved why he is that guy and makes defense number 5 of the World Heavyweight Championship.
That he does. This match got the crowd buzzing.
Good.
I guess they watched that previous shit.
Justin,
what do you mean they won the belts just to lose the belts, just to win the belts? What do you mean?
We've got the video package / entrances of the Wicked and the Wild Boys here. This feud has been very personal. The Wicked continue to just decimate the Wild Boys, and every time the Wild Boys think that they're finally up on the up and they're finally past it, they continue to weasel their way here, Justin. And now we've got a street fight for the tag team championships. Who do you got?
Who is it? I don't fucking... Yeah. I'm gonna go with yeah.
All right. Well, yeah does not win. However, in a decent match,
are you kidding me? That says yeah right there.
The Wicked defeat the Wild Boys in a street fight when Abyss pins Dave Bautista with a shock treatment. And during that match, Justin, Relic ran in right at one point, but nice. He was met. But on his way down to the ring, Sean O'Haire out of nowhere runs down the ring, and he is incredible and especially fired up. He's mad as hell. He got eliminated, and he's be damned if his friends don't pick up the W here tonight. But even though he did do that and prevented Relic from interfering, Justin, it was too little too late because the Wicked were able to win the tag team championships.
Dude, Batista sucks, apparently. Are you just booking this like chaos, just mayhem, just to hide Batista from here on out?
I might be.
No, Chuck Palumbo's crazy.
At least for a pay-per-view, maybe. I don't know. We have to see. It really depends on how bad he does. I don't know.
Where's Big Chuck?
Where's Big Chuck? They came down to the ring, but then Ken and Batista said we got this, so they went backstage.
Oh, but Sean O'Haire came out. Chuck doesn't care. Chuck doesn't care. Chuck, it's a fucking street fight. Who cares? Come on. The hell?
Just after the match, Abyss, Mil Muertes, and Relic with Paul Bear. They have the tag team championships, and they have, at least as it seems to me, have succeeded on their mission, Justin.
Yeah, probably. I mean, yeah, I don't know what you mean seems to. I mean, they are the tag champs. They have.
Yeah. As we move on to our co-main event, I guess, because I guess World War III is the main event. We got true. AJ Styles. He makes his way to the ring. The crowd loses it. They say on commentary, they go, The Rock, ever since coming to WCW, he has been on a run. Every man he faces, he defeats. He's beaten some of the very best. AJ Styles is arguably the heart and soul of WCW. I mean, this kid is the future of the company, the greatest cruiserweight champion of all time, a former Universal champion, and he's still so young. Can he dethrone The Rock tonight? And after AJ Styles, he comes down to the ring.
Probably
Justin,
not.
We get the Rock's entrance. If you smell, he comes out. He's got his Universal Championship, and he comes out on a float called the People's Float, and he's got his championship, and he gets out because he's got it at 100, so it's got to be an extravagant entrance, right? So then he comes out, pyro everywhere, and he gets in the ring, and he stares down AJ Styles. We got The Rock versus AJ Styles here, Justin. Who do you got?
The Rock.
Okay, well, listen, the match is a barn burner. AJ Styles proved why they call him the Phenomenal One. Every time The Rock thought he had him put away, AJ had an answer for it. The AJ kicked out of 2 Rock bottoms, Justin, and The Rock was shocked. At one point, The Rock, he was going for a people's elbow, and as he was going for it, AJ was able to leap up and hit a Pele kick, right? And it completely rattled The Rock, and then he was able to then hit him with a phenomenal forearm, and while he was hitting the phenomenal forearm, so he was doing that, and the Rock was able. He tried to avoid it, but the referee was in the way of him trying to avoid it. So he was trying to avoid it, but he unintentionally took the ref and pushed him not into it. Wasn't an intentional fuck you ref, take this, but he was trying to get away and the ref was in the way. So The Rock got the brunt of the phenomenal forearm, but the referee took a bump. But while he hit the phenomenal forearm, Justin, he went for the pin, and the crowd counted 1, 2, 3. He got the visible win, and the announcers were like, "Oh my God, he would have done it! He would have done it! He would have done it!" And The Rock kicks out though. Eventually, the ref turns over. 1, 2, Rock kicks out. Rock gets back up. AJ gets back up. AJ's going for a Styles clash. The Rock is able to maneuver out of the Styles clash, hit that rock bottom. 1, 2, AJ puts his foot on the ropes. It's kicked. It's broken up. The crowd can't. That's technically 3 rock bottoms. That's technically 3 rock bottoms.
So The Rock sucks.
Well, he did. He grabbed the ropes at one time, right?
That's still 3.
The Rock
missile drop kick. No one's ever kicked out of. the most protected finisher in the Fed.
The Rock, he's mad as he's getting frustrated. He starts just stomping AJ Styles and then grabs him from the rope and he picks up AJ Styles and then AJ Styles is able to, out of nowhere, Styles clash. Hit him in the gut, hit him with a Styles clash. 1, 2, Rock kicks out. Everyone's losing it, Justin. And as the AJ Styles, he's thinking, I gotta go high risk here. I gotta go high risk. He goes to the top rope. The ref is checking on The Rock, and while he's on the top rope, from the crowd, out comes that dastardly Billy Kidman, who is able to, with a steel chair over the back of AJ Styles, AJ falls down to the ground. The Rock gets back up.
There's no shot a referee doesn't hear a fucking steel chair shot.
He didn't see it. He didn't hear it. The crowd was going nuts. It was so loud. It was so loud. But anyway, AJ falls down to the ground. The Rock gets up, hits him with a rock bottom. 1, 2, 3. The Rock retains. So yeah, Rock retains. AJ Styles showing why he's the man, but
only a 73 from Styles.
I guess so.
Ew, he's no man at all.
He's no man. He's just a boy.
He's just what? Billy Silverman is the referee. We need to check his ears.
I need to check his ears. His hearing.
That's some crazy shit. Yeah, wow. That match stunk for what it should have been.
Yeah, I was hoping it'd be better.
Well, you booked AJ. Come on now, brother. Come on now, brother.
Next segment, Roddy Piper comes down to the ring and he announces, he says, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for World War. And he's like backstage when he announces this. 3. And then like as he's announcing World War 3, he's like explaining how it works, and it pans out to the ring to see like all the wrestlers coming down to the ramp, and that's happening while he's explaining it. He's like, 60 men will be in the ring. We've got 3 rings here. There'll be 60 men all fighting for an opportunity to fight for the world championship at Starrcade. Whoever is the last man standing, who throws everybody else over the top rope, will become the number 1 contender. Now, who's ready? And as that's happening,
I'm right. I got a question, Chad. I got a question. Was there always 3 rings the whole night?
Yes.
No one used them to their advantage?
I forgot World War III had the 3 rings until now, to be honest.
You thought they'd do 60 dudes in 1 ring?
Yeah, I forgot. But Justin,
you're just like Billy Silverman. I need to check you out, too.
So everyone's standing in the ring, right? And it's about to ring the bell. And Roddy Piper is about to, like, finish. Roddy Piper's about to like say like, all right, everyone, let's start. But then someone runs up to Roddy Piper and whispers it in their ear, and he's like, wait, really? And then the person nods. He's like, oh my God. He's like, all right, everybody. Hey, I don't know if the fans at home we're counting, but there's only 59 men in that ring.
Rings.
And ladies and gentlemen, rings. And ladies and gentlemen, our 60th man, he's on his way to the ring right now. As Justin,
I'm afraid to hit the next segment because I don't know if that's
music from a former world champion.
Oh, Dusty Rhodes is back.
Bill Goldberg.
Goldberg, who was fired from the Fed.
Yes. As Goldberg comes, you can go to the next segment. He gets his own ring. He's back! Goldberg comes down. He does his elaborate entrance. He comes in literally the very next room that Roddy Piper was standing next to. Door flings open. Everyone loses it. Everyone's like, oh my God, it's Bill Goldberg! He's back! And he's walking down the ring. He's fired up. Everyone in the ring is like, what in the hell is going on? We see a very sad Lance Storm with his head down, who just was told he was not in the 16-man World War III match. Instead, we got Bill Goldberg, who comes down to the ring, Justin, and we are off. And the match is wild. There's brawls everywhere. Within the first 10 seconds of the match, Big Daddy V throws 3 people over the top rope. He's just like ragdolls. Everyone's like, oh my God. But as Big Daddy V's throwing those 3 over the top rope, he sees from a crowd of people fighting his way through is Chris Benoit. It takes him almost no time. He was on the opposite side of the other ring, and he beelines in. I think he was trying to get to him during Goldberg's entrance because it's almost immediate. Big Daddy V throws the 3 over the top rope. Chris Benoit runs at him immediately with a flurry of punches. He's punching. Big Daddy V backs him in the corner. It's an all-out brawl. There's bodies everywhere, Justin. It's an all-out brawl. We pan out to the other parts of the ring, right? Because it can't just be the Benoit Big Daddy V show. There's a lot of action going on here in this ring. So we pan out, Justin, and we see Justin at one point we see Eddie Colon and his tough enough rookie DJ Wilson, who was in the match as a reward for being the first person in the final. He's like, hey, you know what? You'll be in World War III tonight. We all know you're probably not going to, but here's an opportunity, right? The 2 of them, they're back to back. They're fighting people. The Spin Kings or whatever they're called, the Spin City Kingpins. They're in there and they're flying at him and they sidestep. All of a sudden, Eddie Colon runs into a spear by A-Train. And A-Train picks up Eddie Colon, and Champagne is there too, and he's like, make us look silly twice on TV. And Eddie Colon just immediately starts fighting his way out. He throws Champagne over the top rope, and then with the help of TJ, they throw over A-Train. They turn back around, and from the other side of the ring, we pan out. And we see Ken Shamrock, who's just suplexing people over and over again. He's fired up, and he's just going nuts. And he looks over and he sees his Matt Cross and Lash LaRue, his proteges, who are also just having a hell of a showing, right? And he's so proud. He's got tears in his eyes. And then all of a sudden, Chris Kanyon grabs Matt Cross and throws him over the top rope, looks over at Shamrock and flips him off. And that enrages Shamrock, who runs at him. And listen, he told Chris Kanyon, I'm going to throw you over this rope. And he does just that. He picks up Kanyon, hoists him over. At this point, there's been a lot more eliminations, but they're the ones that, sorry, it's no disrespect to the WCW roster, but not everybody's getting a showcase in this 60 fucking man match. And that's just going to have to be okay. Ken Shamrock, he's fine. He throws Kanyon over the top rope. He's flexing. Lash LaRue, he goes next to him. They're both flexing and posing, and they're ready to go. They come over and they start fighting more people off. Lash LaRue, he starts to deviate away from Ken Shamrock, only just in time to run into Fit Finlay, who then throws him over the top rope. And while Fit Finlay's there, he pulls out of his pocket a shillelagh, and he starts clubbing people in the head with a shillelagh, Justin. Everyone's like, Fit Finlay brought a shillelagh into World War III! And it's just crazy. While that's happening, we look over and we see Hacksaw Jim Duggan on the other side, who has a 2x4, who's hitting people. They look over, they see each other. Jim Duggan puts his thumb up, ho! And they collide at each other. But of course, too little, too late, because as Jim Duggan runs at Fit Finlay clubs over the head with a shillelagh and throws him over to a laugh. We turn over, we see Rob Van Dam having a hell of a showcase. He's over there he's doing that high offense that we've seen, that we've come to know and love. He throws Mikey Whipwreck over the top rope, and looks over at Perry Saturn, his friend, and gives him a nice little a head nod. And then Perry Saturn's like, "You eliminated my tag team partner," and they start fighting. But then it's broken up because Rey Mysterio from the rope splashes onto him. It's just nuts, Justin. We fast forward a little bit through this match, right? We look over and we see Bill Goldberg, who has had no issue. I've lost count for the amount of Goldberg spears we've seen in this match. We've seen many. At one point, Bill Goldberg, he backs up and he turns and he sees standing next to him the Big Show. And Goldberg and Show, they're face to face, they're eye to eye, and everyone's like, wow, that's so cool. And then but it's broken up because after that's happening, Big Show looks behind Goldberg and then immediately sees him. And then across the ring, he sees him, Big Show and Shaq. And Big Show looks over at Goldberg and he says, "We'll settle this later," and goes to run away. And it's at that point Goldberg says, "Or we'll do it now." Turns around, spears Big Show. And then Shaq comes in, and Shaq, he says, "Thanks, Big Bill Goldberg." And Goldberg spears Shaq. It's crazy. He starts diving in, back into the fray. Big Show and Shaq, eventually they get back to their feet, and they're staring each other down. Right, nose to nose, neck and neck. Big Show and Shaq, they trade punches over and over and over again. And anytime somebody would try to interfere, somebody for example, Sabu runs in, right, to try to break up their little fight. Big Show just throws him over the top rope. We see, so that happened a couple of times. But eventually, Justin, the Big Show manages to eliminate Shaquille O'Neal over the top rope, as a little vindication for Big Show losing to Shaq. Big Show eliminates Shaquille O'Neal. But then as he turns around, a bunch of people swarm the Big Show and they try to take him out. And, it's looking like it's almost not possible. But then all of a sudden Devon Dudley shows up and he joins the 5 people and eliminate Big Show over the top rope. Devon Dudley, he's fired up. He can't believe it. He's just starts, but he, as he's fired up and turns around, Justin, and he sees from just getting into the ring that he's in, he sees his brother, Bubba Ray Dudley. And the last time these two men have seen each other, Justin, it was when they got into a street fight. And these two, no love lost. They just start going at it, Justin. It is a big brawl, but it's broken up a little. It's cut short just a little bit because Steven Regal and Samoa Joe break them up, and they start getting involved. We go over to the other side of the ring. Big Daddy V and Benoit are still fighting. They're still fighting, Justin. And at one point, Big Daddy V, he has Chris Benoit rested against the turnbuckle, and he's trying to flip him over. Chris Benoit, he's able to wrap his legs and arms around Big Daddy V. And at one point, Justin, while Big Daddy V and Chris Benoit are trying to eliminate each other, at one point, Ken Shamrock comes over and he with the help, oddly, of a few other people, Rob Van Dam, Rey Mysterio, they help out too. They see the opportunity here, and they do just that. They flip over, and they eliminate Big Daddy V and Chris Benoit at the same time. But however, that's not the end of that story, because Chris Benoit, he doesn't give a damn about that elimination. He is brawling with Big Daddy V, and Big Daddy V, who's just trying to get out of there. He's like, okay, the match is done. Benoit's not letting up. They fight all the way to the back. The two of them, they start brawling, Justin. Chaos everywhere. There's fighting. We look over in the ring. At one point, there's a spot where the NWO, they all too sweet each other, right? And then across the ring, we see Six-Pac, who's standing there, and he's like, "Oh yeah, too sweet. I should be going in the Hall of Fame too." And Nash and Hall, they take Six and they throw him over the top rope, and then they're laughing, they're having themselves a great time. But Justin, while that's happening, a man who is kind of quiet in this World War III match, the television champion CM Punk, he eliminates Scott Hall. Remember, Scott Hall and CM Punk, they have a little bit of history. He throws out Scott Hall and he looks over and he sees Nash and Hogan, and he's ready to go. He's ready to go. And Hogan and Nash, they're pissed off. They run at him and they start fighting. But of course, Justin, weirdly enough, the world's greatest tag team see this happening and they see an opportunity to eliminate some Hall of Famers, right? So of course they're going to. So they run into CM Punk's aid, Justin, and with the help of CM Punk and the world's greatest tag team, they eliminate Kevin Nash. And they turn around, and Hulk Hogan at this point, he's ripping his shirt off, he's pointing, he's hulking up. Everyone's like, "Oh, we haven't seen this side of Hulk Hogan in a long time." And Hulk Hogan, he's Super Hulk. And Justin, Hulk Hogan eliminates CM Punk from the World War III match. We continue on. And we're going to fast forward a little bit here, right? We fast forward about 20 minutes in to the match here. We are down to the last few people, right? We got Rob Van Dam, we got Ray, we got Devon, Goldberg, Fit Finley's still there. Hoovie's not in it. Hoovie's not in it. He was in the tag team title match, and I didn't book him for this. Those are some of the guys who are left, right? And they're going at it. Oh, Chase Tatum is still there too. Because he and people have been putting over on commentary. They're like, Chase Tatum, a former World War III winner, and having a really good showing here, trying to get a win column back for the Wild Boys, right? But of course, right while that's happening, of course it gets cut short because Samoa Joe and Steven Regal, who are also left, they throw out Chase Tatum. But then while that's happening, they get thrown out because they see a Rey Mysterio who's resting on the ring, and they both run at him, and Rey grabs the rope, flips him over, and they go over the top rope. Eventually, Justin, we get down to the Final Four. And in that Final Four, Justin, we see Rey Mysterio, we see Rob Van Dam, we see Devon, and we see Bill Goldberg. The four men, they begin circling each other. Devon Dudley, who has become a favorite to win this. He's been on a hell of a ride, right? He's won some big matches. Rob Van Dam, a former World War III winner. Rey Mysterio, a man who has led Limitless and has had himself a hell of a year here. And the returning Bill Goldberg. The crowd is going nuts. People don't know what's going to happen. People don't know who's going to win, but Devon Dudley, wanting to pick the biggest dog in the fight, he runs at Goldberg. Rob Van Dam and Rey Mysterio, two men that have got a lot of respect for each other, they square off. Rey Mysterio and Rob Van Dam with some patented athleticism here, Justin. They're doing they're hitting flips and shit. They're hitting all their shit. They're countering each other. Meanwhile on the other side, we got Bill and Devon just slugging away. Right at one point, Goldberg Irish whips Devon into the turnbuckle, runs at him, and hits a spear onto the turnbuckle. And Devon, he's holding on to his ribs. He's like, oh, I can't. And Goldberg is able to then take out Devon. He takes Devon, he throws him out. We're down to our final three. Rob Van Dam, Rey Mysterio, and Bill Goldberg. Now, Bill Goldberg, Devon wore Goldberg out, so he throws Devon over the top rope, and this has been a grueling World War III match. And if we know Goldberg, he can't go more than like 10 minutes. So he's just gassed in the corner, like resting as Ray and Rob Van Dam continue their clinic of just aerial moves and high flying offense. Rey Mysterio drop kicks Rob Van Dam, not a missile drop kick though, just a regular, because he didn't want to shatter the spine of Rob Van Dam. He hits a regular drop kick. Rob Van Dam flies in, goes onto the middle rope, and Rey Mysterio is actually able to hit a 619 and then the splash onto Rob Van Dam. And Justin, after that, Rey Mysterio, he is then able to pick up Rob Van Dam and eliminate RVD. We're down to the final two, Rey Mysterio and Bill Goldberg. Rey Mysterio turns around after eliminating Rob Van Dam and runs into a spear. And everyone's like, that's it. That game over. Yeah. And Goldberg thinks it's game over too. He picks up Rey Mysterio. And he then goes to throw Rey Mysterio over the top rope, but Rey's able to counter and throw Goldberg, who bounces off the top rope, and then Rey Mysterio is able to trip Goldberg, who falls into the middle rope. Everyone's losing it. They're like, oh my God, he's in a 619! He's in the 619! Rey Mysterio runs off the ropes, and as he's running back, Goldberg is able to slide out of the way, hit another spear, pick up Rey Mysterio, hit a jackknife, eliminate him, and the winner of this year's World War III match, Justin, is Bill Goldberg.
Bill Goldberg. Ace Steel was in this?
Oh, yeah. Ace Steel also debuted today.
You suck.
Ace Steel also debuted.
Here.
Oh, and Beth Phoenix was there. I totally forgot. Beth Phoenix was there. She was the first woman to go. I guess she wasn't the first one because China's been in one. But yeah, she competed in a World War III match, Justin.
Yeah. Two big spots, so you just don't do it.
Totally forgot. I had it written down what happened, and then I lost it, so I was just trying to go off memory.
Bro, you gotta tell me Abaddon was in this?
Yeah. After the match, Justin, Goldberg asks for a microphone.
Dude, that's 2 straight years that a debut wins the World War III.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna stop believing in the build up to it that one of these guys is gonna win it. And who are you bringing in to win the World War III? That's the new gimmick.
After the match, Goldberg asks for a microphone, and he says, "I'm not waiting any longer to announce who I want. You came here. You've been winning. Who can stop you? I can. Rock, you're next." And everyone loses it. Oh my God! Rock versus Goldberg at Starrcade for the Universal Championship. This is gonna be nuts as we end World War III, Justin.
Yeah. With a 90.
With a 90. What do you think, Justin? Rock versus Goldberg.
That'll be. Hopefully, Rock can carry someone that can't work out psychology match. But there you go.
We'll have to see. But, Justin, that was World War III, about 9 notches lower than Survivor Series, but that's okay. I'm happy with this 90. And, Justin, we are officially in Starrcade season.
We've always been in Starrcade season, Chad. We've been on the road to Starrcade for a while.
Well, yeah, fair. But we're officially on a month of Starrcade now.
We're in December is what you meant to say.
Fair.
Like the road to WrestleMania starts in January. The road to Starcade starts in like October. Come on now. Come on now, Chad. Come on. Come on now, Chad. Oh, he's quiet. I made him mad. We'll see if we're.
No, you didn't.